All right, so yes, we are going through this paper, and our first focus right now is going to be all the questions to do with animal diversity from section A. Let's see. So, as we know, this paper is out of 100. Section A is going to be 50 marks. And 1 to 13, number 1 to 13, is going to be animal diversity. So, let's go through it and let's see. Let's find out. Number 1 says, which of the following subdivisions of the animal kingdom encompasses all others in the list? I know that if I go Eumetazoa, these are all the animals except for Parazoa, which is the Porifera. So Eumetazoa is going to be all these other guys, the radial guys, bilateral guys, Protostomia, right? So this, my answer is going to be D. Number 2, bilateral symmetry in the animal kingdom is best correlated with what? Bilateral symmetry. If something has bilateral symmetry, we know that means it senses at some head. It has a head, and that means it can move, looking for food or running away from danger, all these things. So now, what do we have here? An ability to sense equally in all directions is wrong. This is radial symmetry. The presence of a skeleton, it's just that they say it best correlated with here motility and active predation and escape. This is exactly right. Okay, development of a true coelom, no, it's not. Motility, it moves. It's motile, it moves. Okay, and then that's motile. Okay, motile, so moves. And then active predation and escape, like it looks for prey, and then for those that need to run away, they run away. So that's what happens. Now you can go and check if you want to see more. You can look for the videos. Acoelomates are characterized by acoelomates. We know that they don't have a coelom at all. There's no, and the coelom is the space in the body, so they don't have a space. Everything is right in touch. Okay, is right in touch. The end of the body really goes and touches the wall of your gut. So the absence of a brain, no. The absence of a mesoderm, no. The absence of a mesoderm is not the reason. Deuterostome development, no. Acoelomates is a solid body without a cavity surrounding. So it is D. No cavity. Solid body, no cavity. That's acoelomates. We know that. The distinction between, if you are not sure, you go and check the video on coelom. The distinction between the sponges and other animal phyla is based mainly distinction between sponges. We know sponges have no true tissue. This is the one group, the Parazoa, no true tissue. So distinction between sponges and other phyla is based mainly on the absence versus presence of true tissues. C. Okay, it can be body cavity. Sponges have no true tissues. So that's the idea. Number 5. Organisms that are neither coelomate nor pseudocoelomate should, if you are not coelomate and you are not pseudocoelomate, that means you are acoelomate. Okay, a coelomate. That's what these organisms are. They are not pseudocoelomate. They are not coelomate. They are not pseudocoelomate. So organisms that are not coelomate, that are neither coelomate nor pseudocoelomate, means they are not both these guys, should, apart from their digestive systems, have bodies that are solid with tissue. Okay, that are solid. Their bodies are solid. Okay, we can't say lack true tissues because the guys that lack true tissues are peripheral. The sponges, they are not there. So incapable of muscular contraction, out, because they do muscular contraction. That's how they digest their food, and that's how they move. For you to move and digest, you need to do all that. So these are the answers. Lack ability to metabolize. That's funny. So nothing. You've never learned anything to do with that. What distinguishes a coelomate animal from a pseudocoelomate animal is that coelomate. So we are saying coelomate versus pseudocoelomate. What is the difference? All right, let's see. We know that pseudocoelomates have coelom, but it's not a true coelom because it is not completely surrounded by mesoderm. So they have a body cavity where pseudocoelomate have a solid body. Wrong. They have a cavity, but it is not surrounded by mesoderm. Contain tissues derived from mesoderm, where pseudocoelomates have no such tissue. No. have a body completely lined by mesodermal tissue. Yes, that is coelomate there, whereas pseudocoelomates do not. True, pseudocoelomates, they don't have a body that is completely lined, which is completely surrounded by the mesoderm. Okay, right. This D is whatever. Once you get C as your answer, you don't need to fight with D. Which of the following function is an advantage of a fluid food body cavity? Advantages of the coelom. You can go and check the video on coelom if you're not sure. We'll see. Internal organs are cushioned and protected from injury. Yes, that's an advantage. Organs can grow and move independent of the outer body wall. True, that's an advantage. The cavity acts as a hydrostatic skeleton. Yes, that's another advantage of coelom. Then D, all of the above. Yes, so D is the answer, all of the above. Okay, so D is the answer. You have before you a living organism, which you examine carefully. Which of the following should convince you that the organism is acoelomate? If it is acoelomate, what is it? It responds to food by moving? No, this is something that is bilateral symmetry. It is triploblastic? No, we can't associate that. It has bilateral symmetry? No. Muscular activity of its digestive system distorts the body wall? Yes, because it has no space. So what is happening in the gut will be getting all the way to the wall because the body is stuck. It's a solid. It's one thing. So if one part moves, the whole thing will feel it. Okay, because there is no space there. An animal swims rapidly in search of prey that it captures using visual senses concentrated at its anterior, the head, and is likely to be all of the following except an animal that goes for your prey. This is active predation. So that means yes, it has bilateral symmetry. Yes, it can be radial. Coelomate. Let's put a star on this. It is likely to be all of the following except, yes, it is eumetazoan. Yes, it has bilateral symmetry because all these other guys are eumetazoan except for the sponges. Now, diploblastic is wrong. Diploblastic is for things that have radial symmetry, and these things do not hunt for prey. So this is your answer, D. Okay, D is out. Okay, D is out. The blastopore is a structure that is active in the gastrula. You can go and check embryonic development. Okay, we talked about this. Now, what mammal group gives birth to fully developed young? So here we have another question, which says, what mammal group gives birth to fully developed young? And then yeah, from our thing on mammals, we know that this is for placental mammals. Okay, it's not all these other ones. It has to be placental mammal, like us, like the whales, like those rodents, you know, all these other things. Now let's go. What animal group lacks true tissues? Sponges. Any day, porifera sponges, we know them. Now, what animal group has the highest amount of diversity? Arthropods. Okay, it's not all these other guys. It's arthropods. And look at the other guys they've given you, very funny, huh? So anyway, these are the 13. 14 and going down is a different class, okay? Wanted you to just master these ones, okay? We'll go to section B and section C as well.